Hi everyone, welcome to Fat to Thin Senior RNY. I'm Raven. I was 76 years old when I had gastric bypass surgery on December 16, 2019. Last week I talked about my experiences on the dark side of RNY. This vlog, I'll be talking about navigating food and problems and everything else this past year and comparing to where I was a year ago. Are there any differences? Any differences? If you're curious, please continue to watch and join me on this journey. Last week I talked about my experiences on the dark side of RNY. In this vlog I'll be talking about navigating food and my mind this past year and comparing where I was a year ago. There are some differences. Some I'm still doing the same struggle. I've learned to ask myself, was the operation worth it? To remind me of why I did this operation. Absolutely, it was worth it. And I want to know, is it really selfish to take care of yourself? You know, I think it is, and it isn't. Was going through all of my past videos, not all of them. I was going through my past videos to find one that I remember showing my bald spot. And I wanted to show the differences between my bald spot then and my bald spot now. Okay, so this is my bald spot then. And this is my bald spot now, which is a heck of a lot better. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm trying, since I have to look down. I'd say it's gotten a lot better. I had a complete bald spot up there before. I was using the little bit of hair in the front here to kind of, comb over, Since in this last year, I've been using Biotin and everything. They dropped out. They would drop out from the roots. I mean, just my hair was so thin that it just fell out. In this last couple of months, actually, I've put back 13 of them that fell out. I would find them in the drain, or I'd find them on the pillow, or whatever. I was in an extremely high stress relationship. This is approximately 10 dreadlocks, and I put them all back on the top of my head. So I had to actually wait for my hair to grow out about 3 inches or so and get thick enough so that I could attach, put my hair back on as if it were an extension, because it is my hair, I used, I found out since I've stopped taking the beta blockers, that beta blockers cause baldness. So my hair could have been growing back a lot faster. It also causes weight gain. And I've noticed since I've stopped taking it that I'm slowly not gaining any weight, but I'm slowly losing. And not only that, I don't seem to be ravenously hungry all the time, even though I know my stomach is full, even though my stomach feels full, even though I want to put something in my mouth, and if I do, I know I'm going to toss it back up. I was experiencing that kind of crazy hunger. Since I've been off of the beta blocker, and it's only a few weeks, it's only 3 weeks, it stopped. I eat, I went back to my little 4-ounce bowls, my little 4-ounce plates, and that's fine. And I don't seem to be walking around looking for something all the time, you know, which is kind of cool. So in that case, I think it was more than one benefit to stopping that particular drug, that particular series of drugs. Right now I'm taking Biotin. I haven't done anything to my nails, so forgive the fact that they look like shit. But you'll notice that they're growing. You can see that they're above my fingertips. I've never, ever, ever, ever had my nails grow like that. Ever. So the Biotin is doing something. And of course my hair is growing back, and it's nice to feel the weight of the hair on my head, you know. So that was a good thing, to look back and see how bald my head was, to see how thin the hair on the top of my head was, and to realize, well, that the diet didn't have anything to do with that particular damage, but it's grown back. Now, people say during RNY, I think it's 4 months or 9 months, something like that, that you start losing your hair. I can't say that I've lost my hair. I haven't found any sitting in the drain. I haven't found any on the pillow. So they say also that around 18 months that your hair starts falling out again. Well, I haven't gotten to 18 months yet, but hey, I don't think it's going to fall out. I've been taking Biotin since I decided to have the RNY surgery. So I think that's kind of, if my hair were to fall out, that would have stopped it or whatever, you know. And I think that the Biotin helped, especially with the beta blockers, to keep my hair on my head, you know. It's amazing how stressed you can get when your hair is not right, you know. And I really hadn't lost any weight. I just kept gaining, losing the same 2 pounds over and over, and it's been for months now that I've been on this plateau. And it's funny that as soon as I come off of those beta blockers, I mean, it wasn't immediately. I find that I'm not gaining weight. I don't have this puffy, fat-filled underskin feeling that you get when you know you've done too much. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel that. I'm not overly hungry. So it goes to show that the surgery did its job. The medications was undoing the job. So anyway, so maybe you should look at yours too and see what's going on. Maybe if you haven't decided to have the surgery and you're still searching and that kind of stuff, look at the medications you're taking. They may be stopping you from achieving your goal. There's got to be a different way. There are different forms of medicine other than the pharmaceutical companies, you know, and the doctors who support them. I was looking back at videos, and I came across video number 27. I'll put the link below so you can take a look at that. I thought it was a year ago because I looked at the date, the file date and whatever. And then I realized after I had done all of this writing and stuff that, wait a minute, I'm wearing a witch's hat. That means it was in November. So that wasn't a year ago. That was a little bit more than a year ago. But anyway, so at that time I was worried about binge eating and stretching my stomach. Well, obviously I'm still going through that same process. You'd think after 14 months that you'd get over that habit, you know, if it's a habit. But I don't know. I think it was the medications too. I think that the surgery absolutely helped me stop eating. Sugar to this day is just terrible. I drink 28 ounces of tea every morning, and I put a half a teaspoon of sugar in there. I don't know why I put the half teaspoon in there, but it's absolutely enough. It's more than enough. To talk about how sugar affects me, I went and I got some Pop-Tarts because I've never eaten Pop-Tarts. You'd think, you know, I'm an American, right? Been living here my entire life, that I would have tasted a Pop-Tart. I ate one package of Pop-Tart. A half an hour later, I was throwing up. I was in the bathroom, it's coming out both ends at the same time. It was so ungodly sweet. And then I started thinking, people send their kids out the door with this stuff for breakfast. It's 100% sugar. And then they want to know why the kid is upset. I'm sure half an hour after they ate that stuff, they were reacting just like I was. If not throwing up or shitting it out, they were expressing what was happening in their body, you know. And by that time, of course, they're not anywhere near their mom to see that, you know. Got to do better, people. I should have listened to myself. I can eat up to 6 ounces at one time. I have found, though, that 4 ounces is filling, is a little bit more than filling. 6 ounces feels like I'm stretching. So it's a good thing I went back down to the small bowls. At first, when I went back down to from the you know, the teacup saucer size down to my little dipping bowls, when I first went back down to that size, I started feeling deprived. And I said, you know, that's crap in your head talking to you. You know, it's that monkey mind, you know, wants you to keep things absolutely the way they are and no changes at all, and it will be happy, you know. So I went back down to a smaller plate. And I found since then that the small plate is fine. And I'm considering taking the bigger plates out of the cabinet and just packing them away because I really don't use them. And they're taking up space in the cabinet, you know. So, and the benefit to that, of course, would be that I've only got tiny little plates, so I'll have to stick to it. I found that if I've got food in front of me, I will eat it. Even if I eat half of it and I'm full and it's okay and I find myself pushing the plate away, excuse me, I find myself pushing the plate away, I'll find myself picking at it. You know, a little bit this, a mouthful of that, you know, one little piece of this. So my goal is to take only what I think I can eat, and maybe a little bit less. If any of it is left is worth keeping, I have to get up and put it away from my reach immediately. That means stick it in a refrigerator. That means put it on the counter. That means put it into something and stick it in the freezer, whatever. Get rid of it. Or put it over there if I think I'm going to munch on it a little bit later. But get it away from my sphere of influence, you know. I usually find out that I never eat it. I end up throwing it away the next day if I put it in the refrigerator, or a couple of days later if I put it in the refrigerator. And that's a good thing, because I didn't put it in my stomach, you know. I finally got, I mean, I know, and everybody else knows, that food takes away the pain, whether that pain is boredom, physical pain, or mental pain. And I think that most of us are in pain most of the time, especially if we're overweight, because there's back pain, and there's knee pain, and there's foot pain, and all of it that goes with, you know, overdoing. And of course, if you're eating the wrong food, then your body is suffering from lack of, you know, on and on and on. So I found that in order to stay away from food and recognize what the real problem is, whether it's physical pain or boredom or mental, or if I'm actually hungry. So what I started doing was doing other things first. Like I'll go for a walk. If it's more immediate than that, maybe I'll pick up my crocheting or some knitting or do something with my hands, wash the dishes. Actually, I've been keeping up with the dishes with the 2-minute rule. That is working just absolutely wonderful. but still I'm having problems walking. Now I'm back up to almost a half a mile, which is annoying the hell out of me, but I'm back up to a half a mile. At least I can walk now, you know. I've put braces on and all that kind of stuff, and it's not so incredibly painful anymore. And I can walk about a half a mile before my ankle starts doing things and throbbing, and my leg starts throbbing and that kind of crap. But considering, you know, 3 weeks ago, I actually missed a day, one day, an entire year of walking. And that just really sticks in my craw. It really does. One day out of 365 days, I missed one day because I could not walk. It was... So I keep thinking about going shopping for something munchies, which is kind of funny. Because, I mean, I can't eat anything sweet because my body doesn't like it. Hallelujah. I keep thinking maybe potato chips or something like that. But I have so much food in this house, you know, it's just ridiculous. I'm trying to eat it all slowly, you know. So, anyway, as I said, last night, was it last night? Yes, I discovered Pop-Tarts in the cabinet that I bought maybe a month ago because I've never eaten Pop-Tarts. So I figured I'd see what the hype was about, you know, that kind of thing, maybe. And I bought them, and I don't know why I didn't look at the calories or anything. Anyway, so I looked at the calories on the back side of the box. 2 Pop-Tarts, that's one package, is worth 370 calories. That's an entire meal. I mean, worth of food. That's more than an entire meal worth of food. And as I said, I was sick about a half an hour later. So anyway, I think that's it. There has been change. I do feel better. And then there is still some of that mental crap. So it looks like forever I'll have to be watching out for ways that I'm trying to sabotage myself so that my body can get back to its status quo until it learns what its new status quo is, you know. So anyway, so Rowley started stealing my dirty socks out of the laundry bag. He kept stealing them, you know. And I kept pushing him in, and he would take all of the laundry out. He only just took the socks. He wouldn't take the shirts, anything like that. So finally, I let him have a pair of dirty socks. So he walks around now, and he's very happy with his dirty socks. He's not stealing toys from the neighbors now. I have no idea why. He went through a whole period of stealing toys. I mean, and I've got a lot of toys on the floor, let me tell you. Because he knows exactly what toy is where he left it and what toy is missing and everything else like that. When I was looking back at that video, number 27, I see that his barking and his lunging has really improved a lot. I didn't realize it. I just see it, you know, every day you see him do stuff or not do stuff. Like today, we went walking. He's terrific. He stopped himself from chasing the go-kart. I mean, he'll run out, bark real quick, and then run back to my side, you know, and then come out a little bit and look at it, and then come back to my side. But he knows that he's not supposed to do that, you know. So he's trying to control himself, which is really cool, you know. I mean, he's a good dog. He's a good dog. So it was good to look back at those videos and see that, yeah, he's doing better too. He's doing good, and I'm doing good. So to sum up, I'm feeling good. I'd make this choice for surgery again. And I had asked myself, is it selfish for me to do that? Was it selfish for me to do this? Was it? Yeah, it was. Absolutely. It was time that I thought that I needed to save my life. I needed to take care of me. And it was time to give up on other people. I mean, not give up on them, but you know what I mean. It's time to take care of me, because if I'm not around, they go on. I don't, you know. So by taking the selfish step to heal myself via RNY, I feel that I opened up my life. Things are really getting exciting. I mean, you know, cool. And it's kind of sometimes fun to flirt, you know. Anyway, so please like this video, you know, to help see algorithms, and subscribe. Please comment and share this video too. So don't forget to click show more to see the stuff in the description below. And thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and thanks for subscribing. See you next Friday. Blessed be. Take care of you and yours.